Hello everyone and welcome to Pitchside Pursuit, the ultimate football quiz game show that tests your favourite content creators' football knowledge. Today, we are joined by Toby. How are you doing, mate?
I'm not bad, thank you, mate. I'm nervous, but I'm doing alright.
We're both fellow Chelsea fans, so we share the same pain. How do you think you're going to do today? How is your football knowledge?
I've got a decent general knowledge of football. I'm not a football nerd by any means, but you know, I've been watching for over 20 years now. It's one of my passions, so fingers crossed. You know, I think an average score would be good. Do you know what I mean? Like middle of the table.
We were speaking earlier and Toby said include some of the hardest, most niche questions. So that's what we've done today.
If you've done that, I'm leaving. Like, I'm not a part of this at all.
Hang on, let me just quickly edit the questions then. I'm joking. Right, okay, well anyway, before we get into the game, let's get into the rules. Pitchside Pursuit is the ultimate football quiz game show that requires quick thinking and strategy. Each episode, a new contestant steps up to challenge themselves against the clock, their football knowledge, and the ever-growing leaderboard. Here's how the game works. Contestants will participate in 5 challenging rounds, each testing different aspects of their football knowledge. The 5 rounds are Who Am I?, Spotkick Selection, Quickfire Kickoff, Precision Play, and there will be a 60-second quiz at the end. Every round offers a chance to earn points, but how well you score depends on your football expertise and the decisions you make under pressure. It's not just about knowing the facts, it's about being quick, precise, and strategic. The contestant also has the opportunity to apply a ×2 multiplier to any given round, meaning their points will be doubled. However, this can only be activated before that round begins, and it can only be used once. At the end of the episode, the points will be tallied and added to the golden leaderboard, showcasing all of the other contestants who have taken part this season. Now, without any further ado, let's get into it. For round number 1, we are playing a game of Who Am I? So, Toby, I've got a football player in mind, and I'm going to give you 10 clues. If you get the player right on the first clue, you get 10 points. However, if you get them right on the last clue, you only get 1 point. You have 3 guesses or attempts, but on your 3rd incorrect attempt, you get 0 points. Are we ready?
Yeah, I can feel a 2-pointer coming in hot.
For clue number 1, he went on loan to Leyton Orient in 2011, where he scored 5 goals in 18 appearances.
I don't know whether to just go for one, give myself 2 attempts later down the line. I don't know if I'll be really stupid. So
you just what do you have someone in mind?
Yeah, I've got someone in mind. I can't remember if it was Leyton Orient he played for though.
I mean, if you get 10 points here, that would be sensational.
I'm gonna go for it. Is it?
Who are you going for?
Harry Kane.
Toby.
Is it?
You just got 10 points. How did you know that?
I thought he had a loan period. The time periods matched up. Do you know what I mean? Like, get in. Come on.
I think the best. I think the best someone's done was I don't even remember, but I think it was 7 points.
Oh mate, buzzing! I just knew I had a little feeling because like he went. Was he at Leicester as well? I don't know. It was Leyton Orient, Leicester, and then he went back to Spurs. Yeah.
Because he was on the bench with Jamie Vardy when Troy Deeney scored that goal against Leicester.
Oh, that's
in 2013.
Yeah. Well, I'm buzzing with that, mate. Come on.
You literally started this video saying, "I hope I get an average score." And you just got 10 out of 10.
It's all downhill from here.
Right. Well. Anyway, we move on to round number 2. For round number 2, we have Spotkick Selection. So, Toby, we have 16 boxes all containing answers, and I'm going to ask a statement or a football question. Now, out of those 16 options, there are 10 that are correct, but 6 are incorrect. You get a point for every single answer you get right. However, if you hit 1 incorrect answer, you're automatically out, but all of your points that you accumulated before are combined.
Let's do it.
Toby, I want you to name me the 10 footballers who have made 50 or more appearances for the English national team. So, as there are 16 options, I'm going to read them out row by row. Each row contains 4 options, but within these rows, there are either going to be 1 or 2 incorrect answers, just because there are 6 altogether. So, in the first row, there will either be 1 or 2 incorrect, but I want you to name me the players who have 50 or more appearances. Okay. So, for row number 1, we have Jude Bellingham, Wayne Rooney, Glenn Johnson, and Gareth Southgate.
Okay. I would like to lock in Wayne Rooney, please.
That is correct. It's 120.
God, is it 120?
120.
Jeez.
I think he's the second most capped.
Yeah, you got Shilton and Beckham up there, haven't you?
Oh, maybe.
Could
Maybe.
Could be. I would also please like to lock in Gareth Southgate.
Gareth Southgate is correct. He has 57 appearances, so...
Oh, it's closer than I thought. I'm not sure about Glenn Johnson.
We can come back to this row. We don't have to answer all of them yet.
I'm pretty certain Jude's, a long way underneath 50. Glenn Johnson, I'm not too sure. It will be close. So I'll move on to row 2 for now and come back.
For row number 2, we have Harry Maguire, Marcus Rashford, Scott Parker, and Emil Heskey.
Oh, that's quite tough, actually. I'm struggling on this one, Jack. I am struggling. I'd like to think that Rashford has more than 50. He's been around for quite a while now and played in a fair few tournaments. So I think I'm just going to lock in Rashford.
Gonna lock in Rashford.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah. How many?
He has 60 appearances.
Okay.
At the moment. I just want to put a disclaimer. This is from the time of recording. It's currently the 9th of October. So that is the day of recording. So please do not come for me. I don't deserve the hate.
So we've got Rashford. Scott Parker can't have played that many times, surely. He was. The thing is, he was in the era where you had Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes. I doubt he ever got that many opportunities. Maguire, I'm tempted to go with because of how many Nation Leagues matches and friendlies we play, and he's always been picked for England. So I think I'm going to lock in Harry Maguire, please.
Harry Maguire is correct. He has 64 appearances for England. I'm going to be honest. I actually love him for England.
Yeah. No, I think he's a very good footballer who gets scrutinised a lot by the media and whatnot. I think he's actually an exceptional footballer. He just needs to be played properly. I want to say Heskey played a fair bit. I'm very unsure about Parker, so I think just for the sake of getting 3 done in this row, because I'm sure Heskey would have played more than Glenn Johnson, I'm going to lock in Heskey.
Emil Heskey has had more than 50 appearances. Yeah. You are, well done. He has 62 appearances. Row 2 is completed, so there was only one wrong answer in row number 2. For row number 3, we have Jamie Carragher, Kyle Walker, Bukayo Saka, and David Beckham.
Okay, well, right off the bat, we're going to take Beckham out.
Yeah, that is 115. So you're currently on 6 points.
Okay. Carragher and Saka are going to be... I think Saka's going to be close. He's been knocking about for a fair few years now. Always gets played. He hasn't had too much competition out on that right. Carragher, he had a lot of competition, didn't he? Terry, Ferdinand, Campbell, King. I can't see Carragher having 50. I'm pretty sure Kyle Walker will have had over 50. Again, been the right back, the main right back for a long, long time now. So I think I'm going to lock in Kyle Walker, please.
Kyle Walker is correct. He had 90 appearances. I just want to... You are smashing this, by the way. You've not... first round 10 points, you're now currently on 7.
I'm doing better than I thought. No, because Eric went for about 400 questions on the Quickfire, so he's... I think what I'm going to do, mate, is I'm going to go down to row 4, because I'm unsure about Saka and Carragher. I think they're going to be quite close. For row number 4, we have Peter Shilton, Eric Dyer, Gary Cahill, and Peter Crouch. Obviously, Shilton, I'm pretty sure he's the record holder, isn't he? 125-ish.
Are you looking at him?
That's locking in, yeah.
Yeah. No, he's on 125. I think he is the most appeared England player. But yeah, so you've got Eric Dyer, Gary Cahill, and Peter Crouch.
I don't think Cahill would have gone to 50. Fantastic player, obviously, as a Chelsea fan myself. He was an excellent player for us. And just for competition that he had at the time, I don't see him getting to 50. Crouch, I imagine Crouch probably did get past 50 caps. Oh, did he? Because he probably made quite a few substitute appearances when, Rooney was around later on.
Obviously had the robot as well. That got banned for no reason at all.
Oh, Jack, I'm struggling here. I'm struggling between these 4 players. 5 players.
If you want to go back to row number 1, you can.
I'm pretty sure Glenn Johnson did not get to 50 caps. There's no chance. Again, he had Neville to compete with.
Did you know that? So Phil and Gary Neville's dad is his first name is Neville.
Neville. Yeah, that's so good. They had to name him twice. Mate, I'm struggling so much here. I'm going to go in with Saka.
Going with Bukayo Saka. Toby, Bukayo Saka has 42 appearances for England.
Oh, you bastard.
I'm sorry, you got 8 correct, which is, I mean, that's still a brilliant score. So the 2 that have 50 or more appearances, Gary Cahill with 61, and you're not going to believe me here, Glenn Johnson.
It was
with 54.
Glenn Johnson.
So yeah, Bellingham has 36, Parker 18, Carragher has 38, Bukayo Saka has 42, same with Peter Crouch 42, and then on 49 is Eric Dyer.
I was considering Dyer. That is savage. That is putting a 49er in there. To be fair, I would never have put Johnson, and I was pretty sure Cahill didn't. So I'm pretty content with not getting them right.
Now we're moving on to round number 3. For round number 3, we have Quickfire Kickoff. So, Toby, I'm going to give you 2 categories to choose from. When you pick the category, I'm then going to ask you 5 questions that relate to it. Each question has 4 possible answers, but only 1 is correct. When you get an answer right, you get 2 points. There's a possibility of 10 points in this round. So, Toby, the 2 categories are goals or stadiums.
I'll probably have to go with goals, I think.
For question number 1. Who was Newcastle's top goal scorer in the 2019-2020 Premier League season? Was it A, Alan St-Maximin, B, Dwight Gale, C, Joe Linton, or D, John Joe Shelvey?
I'll take Joe Linton out of the equation straight away because he had a terrible start, didn't he? That was the COVID year, and I remember he scored about 3 goals. It can't be Shelvey. It's got to be St-Maximin. Surely it's got to be St-Maximin. Do you know, I'm just going to have to lock it in because I can't believe it'll be any of the other 3.
So you're going with A, St-Maximin?
Yeah.
Before I reveal the answer, Almiron was the top goal scorer, but not in the Premier League. It was all comps. So that's including cups. So this is Premier League specific. So the answer with 6 goals is D, John Joe Shelvey. Yeah, he was the top goal scorer.
With 6?
With 6 goals.
Oh, mate.
I know. I think, Almiron had 8 across all competitions. But yeah, John Joe Shelvey with 6 goals in a whole Premier League season. Question number 2. Toby, you are a Chelsea fan, aren't you?
Unfortunately.
So you should be getting this right then. Which Chelsea player announced his departure from the club after scoring twice in the Europa League final victory over Arsenal in the 2018-2019 season?
I don't need the answers.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly read them out, just for everyone else out there, because that was very quick. A, Juan Mata. B, David Luiz. C, Eden Hazard. Or D, Pedro.
I'm very confident with this, Jack. I watched this game. I remember, of course I watched this game. Absolutely annihilating Arsenal in Baku. One of my favourite memories as a Chelsea fan. And I can tell you that the goal scorer of 2 goals and an assist, I think, was Eden Hazard.
You are correct. It is C, Eden Hazard. Sensational. What a game.
What a player. The most talented player the Premier League has ever seen.
That is a bold shout, but he's definitely up there. 100%. Yeah. Did you know? So you know the ball boy that he kicked. What was that? Swansea.
Yeah.
So you know that kid. Now he started AU Vodka.
Really?
I think he's worth like 100 million now.
What?
And Eden Hazard did a photo shoot for AU Vodka.
That's class.
Now we move on to question number 3. Who won the Golden Boot at the 2006 World Cup? Was it A, Miroslav Klose, B, Ronaldo, C, Hernan Crespo, or D, Zinedine Zidane?
Okay, this was a little bit before my time. I'm 23 years old, so in 2006 I wasn't watching football very closely.
I'll give you a clue. Italy won the World Cup this year.
Italy won it, yeah.
Consolation, but
I mean, I know that Klose had a phenomenal record of scoring goals in the World Cup. I'm between Ronaldo and Crespo. I'm going to lock in Miroslav Klose.
Miroslav Klose has been locked in. The Golden Boot winner with 6 goals is A. Miroslav Klose.
Get in.
Well done.
Get in. I'm happy with that.
Get in. Moving on to question number 4, Toby. I think you are going to like this one. Only 2 players have scored penalties in the Premier League with both feet. Bobby Zamora and who? Is it A. Luis Saha, B. Mario Balotelli, C. Obafemi Martins, or D. Ricky Lambert?
What a question. 4 of the weirdest, niche players out there.
Absolute ballers back in the day, though. Streets will never forget.
Saha was an absolute baller. I think it's United. Balotelli had a brilliant penalty record. I saw something recently, I can't remember who it was, but someone was saying if they wanted someone to take a penalty to save their life, it would be Balotelli.
It's something like out of 43 penalties, he scored 39.
I mean, the only issue I have is, was he even on penalties at the time? Obviously for Liverpool, I can't even remember who he would have played with at Liverpool to take penalties. I don't know if Suarez was there. No, probably not. He's probably at Man City at that point. So, is this just Premier League?
So it's just Premier League, but there's only been 2 players that have scored penalties with both feet.
I think I'm going to take a punt on Balotelli. I don't know why. It's just standing out to me a little bit. Yeah. Do you know what? Let's lock in Balotelli. Let's do it.
We've locked in Mario Balotelli. So the 2 players that have scored with both feet are Bobby Zamora and Obafemi Martins.
Obafemi Martins was such a player back in the day. Was it Newcastle he played for? He had some stupid shot power.
What makes you want to go up to a penalty spot with the amount of pressure you have on you already and go, you know what? I think I'm going to use my left foot today.
Mate, it's ballsy, but fair play to him. To be fair, I wouldn't want to share a record with Bobby Zamora. I'd want someone a bit more illustrious, but either way, it's a good record to have.
Now we move on to question number 5. Which of the following players has not scored a perfect hat-trick? A. Stephen Naismith, B. Kevin Nolan, C. Harry Kane, or D. Edin Dzeko? So for the viewers that don't know what a perfect hat-trick is, that is scoring with your left foot, your right foot and your head in the same game.
Why do I think Naismith's done? I think Naismith did it against Chelsea. He certainly scored a hat-trick against us, I think, but they battered us 5-2 or 5-3. Harry Kane strikes me as someone who, he scored loads and loads of hat-tricks in the Premier League, so one of them, I'd presume would have been perfect. Nolan would surprise me, but it's probably one of those niche stats that would surprise you anyway, do you know what I mean? Dzeko was an absolute baller. Wouldn't surprise me again if he had a perfect hat-trick. Are you throwing me off?
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not.
Well, you're trying to be a quiz master and you're being a bit of a pillock to me, mate. If you are trying to throw me off, I'll be fuming.
I hear that quite a
lot. I'm going to go with Edin Dzeko, I think. I'm going to lock in Dzeko.
Going with Edin Dzeko for D. So I'm going to go through the people who have scored a perfect hat-trick. Stephen Naismith against Chelsea, Kevin Nolan, and Edin Dzeko. The incorrect answer is Harry Kane. He's never scored a perfect hat-trick in the Premier League.
I knew I was along the right lines. That's frustrating. I knew there was something there. I knew Nolan wouldn't be in for no reason. Naismith, like I said, I remembered it against Chelsea. Just was unsure about Dzeko and Kane. Wrong side of the fence, unfortunately.
Now we move on to round number 4. For round number 4, we have precision play. So, Toby, I'm going to read out a statement and 5 possible options. Now, all of the options are technically correct. However, you want to pick the most relevant answer. So if you choose the most relevant answer, you get 10 points. But if you get them incorrect, you then keep guessing until you pick the correct answer. But the points will go 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2. So, Toby, out of these 5 options, I want you to pick the most expensive Chelsea signing. Obviously, you're a Chelsea fan, you should be getting this. These are based in euros and they are off the transfer markets, transfermarket.com. So the 5 options are Shevchenko, Nemanja Matic, Didier Drogba, Hakim Ziyech, and Ben Chilwell.
I'm comfortably going to say Ben Chilwell for this. I think he was around 50 million quid, so what's that, about 58, 60 million euros?
What about the others as well? Talking about your...
Ziyech. The thing is it's not relative, is it? So obviously 20 years ago when we signed Drogba, it was a big fee, but in comparison to fees now, it's not. So I presume the next most expensive player would be Ziyech. He was around 32 million quid. Matic, if I remember rightly, he was about 20 million. And then I think Shevchenko was more expensive than Drogba and potentially more expensive than Matic.
So you're locking in Ben Chilwell.
Yes, please.
Toby, Ben Chilwell is correct. You have got the maximum 10 points. So I thought when I was writing this, I thought it was quite close. So Nemanja Matic, you are correct. It was 25 million euros from Benfica. Then in fourth is Didier Drogba, bought from Marseille for 38.5 million.
Really? It was that much?
It was that much. Obviously, with inflation now, that would be quite a lot.
Yeah.
Third is Hakim Ziyech for 40 million euros, bought from Ajax. Second with Shevchenko, bought from AC Milan for 44 million euros.
Oh, it's about 37 million quid, isn't it? That's a lot of money, that.
That is a lot of money. Yeah. And then first is Ben Chilwell for 50 million euros. In my mind, I thought when it comes to Ben Chilwell, that was near the time of or maybe it was just a little bit after of Kante and Danny Drinkwater. I think Ben Chilwell must have been a year or two after. Yeah, but again, you've got the maximum 10 points. Let's go to round number 5. For the fifth and final round, we have the 60-second challenge. So, Toby, in 60 seconds, I'm just going to keep reading out football questions. You need to get as many points as you can. For every answer you get correct, you get 1 point. But if you get one incorrect, it doesn't affect your score. You just get 0 points.
I'm going to activate my double points.
We're doing it. ×2 multiplier has been activated. This is going to be very close for first. I'm just telling you now, this is very, very close. So you have 60 seconds. Are you ready?
Let's see how we do. Let's go.
The timer starts in 3, 2, 1. Ronaldo helped Portugal win the Euros in which year?
Pass. Left mid.
Pass. 2016. Who was the first African player to win the Ballon d'Or?
George Weah.
Correct. Which country are the team Boca Juniors from?
Argentina.
Correct. What year did Modric win the Ballon d'Or?
2019.
Incorrect. 2018. Who is the all-time top goal scorer for Germany?
Closer.
Closer, correct. Who is the only player to score 100 goals in the top divisions of England and Scotland?
Pass.
Kenny Dalglish. Who scored the winning goal at the 2014 World Cup final?
Goetze.
Correct. Who won the Ballon d'Or in 2022?
22. Messi.
Benzema. Which team has won the most Premier League titles?
Man United.
Correct. Which club did David Beckham join after leaving Real Madrid in 2007?
AC Milan.
LA Galaxy. Ooh.
I failed a little bit there. My Ballon d'Or. The thing is, I know when people won the Ballon d'Ors, but the specific dates, when you talk about 21-22 season, that always messes me up a little bit.
Yeah, it merges together. If I say within 5 years, you'll probably guess all of them, but it's just actually pinpointed them together. So
yeah, that's not as good as I wanted to do.
Bearing in mind, you got 5 right, and obviously because it's your double points, you got the full 10.
Yeah.
So you are on 10 points. So before I calculate everything, how do you think you did?
I think I've done all right, to be honest. There were definitely some answers that I could have gotten an extra point here or there, but overall, I'm relatively happy with that.
I just want to say you did very, very well, Toby. I have the scores. I'm going to read out the scores from the other contestants. So, in third place is Raza Mataza with 44 points. Luke Pingu got 45 and Eric got 51.
Whoa.
So, tough competition. Toby, you got a very, very respectable 42 points.
Oh, I'm bottom.
You're... To be fair though, it's really close.
To be fair, if I got 2 questions right, 2 more questions in that last bit, that would shoot me up into second. Do you know what I mean? It's quite close. So
that's
annoying. That's annoying about the Ballon d'Ors.
Still, 42 points is a really, really good score. So
I'll take it. I'll take it.
If we do a Christmas special, then I can get all of you back, and maybe you can beat the other contestants.
Get me on that top spot. Will be mine.
That top spot will be yours. Thank you so much to everyone that watched. If you did enjoy, please like, subscribe, and just comment down below what you thought of this series. It's very new, so if you have any improvements, please let me know. Also, a massive thank you to Toby for being on. It was great having you on. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. My armpits are a little bit sweaty, I'm not going to lie, you get nervous. But yeah, not a terrible performance from me, so thank you for having me, mate.
Thank you for coming on. The fact that you got 10 points straight off the bat, no one is beating that was mental. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for another episode. See you later.